On this episode featuring the YZ125. I want to do a small kind of budget video. I will show you my expense sheet. So I have some bad news and I have some good news about the cylinder for the YZ125. Dude, do not buy a Wiseco crank. It's basically going to be a new bike. I wasn't planning to do this, but I found these wheels and they're so cheap, it's almost, I feel like I just have to try them. I know people are going to be yelling at me, man.
This guy's getting cheap parts. This guy's an idiot.
Give me a thumbs up if you hate coronavirus. Yo guys, what's going on? Happy Monday. Let's get back into it with the YZ125. I want to do a small kind of budget video. In the other videos that we had on the YZ125, I was saying that it was going to be around $1,000, $1,500. I don't think that's going to happen. A bunch of people are commenting in the comment section saying like, dude, you're an idiot if you think you can build this bike for that cheap. And they were right. So if I want to do any kind of decent build, it's probably going to be like $1,500 to $2,000. And that's still on the conservative side. I will show you my expense sheet that I have planned out for this. That's what the basics of this video are going to be, and basically how I plan to achieve a nice solid build for under $2,000. I think it's still pretty realistic that we can get close to $1,500, and I'll show you how. That does include selling some of the takeoff parts. It all gets factored in. So I have some bad news and I have some good news about the cylinder for the YZ125. So I did send this out to Power Seal USA to have it recoated. So these are Nickel coated cylinders. They are not sleeved from the factory anyway. I was not aware the exhaust crack in this is actually unrepairable. So while Power Seal USA was unable to repair it, I have to commend them. The fact that they called me and let me know says something really good about them, because they could have repaired this. Now, I talked with Chris from Power Seal, and he told me that it's very common on the YZ125, especially in the 2001 year, to have that exhaust bridge crack. So they've already repaired it in the past, and it's notorious to come back within a couple hours of riding. So the fact that Chris told me that's a stand-up characteristic right there. I appreciate him letting me know that, because otherwise you're spending money to have this repaired and it's only going to break right down the road. So Chris sent it back at no charge, obviously, and I thought that this was going to end up being a paperweight, or I was going to turn this into a mug or something. And it turns out I can actually have this repaired. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with cylinder sleeves. That's basically the original style, old school setups that most cars run with today, and older style setups it's basically a steel sleeve that's pressed into the cast aluminum, and the sleeve can be replaced, it can be bored out, etc. Now these Nickel coatings are awesome because they do tend to last longer. Usually the piston wears out long before the Nickel. Not that a steel cylinder wears out much quicker than a piston either, but you can usually get a few more rebuilds out of the Nickel, and that's why it's the updated design. Now that being said, there's nothing really wrong with a steel sleeve. So what they can do is put a steel sleeve in this cylinder, and the thickness of the sleeve is going to repair that exhaust bridge crack. And I called a company, let them know that this does have a crack in the cylinder in that exhaust port bridge, and they were 100% familiar, just like Chris had said. These are notorious for having that crack. They said they've received several YZ125 cylinders with that crack, re-sleeved and repaired them, and they've been holding up just fine. So it is also a little bit cheaper to have it done that route. The service costs about $180, and you're also gonna have to ship your parts. So I figure $30 for shipping. You pay for the shipping back when you purchase it. So the total cost is $200 to have this cylinder sent out, and you can figure another $15 to have this shipped to Texas, which is about 1,500 miles from here. So that's the route that I'm gonna be going with this YZ125. It will be a factory bore. It's just gonna be a regular old 125cc. We'll see if that can haul my fat ass around. And in other news, I did buy some new parts. I got some V-Force 3 reeds. On any two-stroke, a nice set of reeds is a great upgrade. It's going to improve your throttle response big time. And these reeds I got a killer deal on. That's the only reason I bought them so quickly, because I wasn't planning to buy parts for the YZ just yet. But these were really cheap. I have it on my budget list. I'll show you exactly what I paid for these. They're used, but you can see they are in excellent condition. So definitely a clutch upgrade right here. Okay guys, so let's hop over to the computer and I will show you the parts that I'm planning to buy for the YZ125 build. And I'm also going to sort of reveal the color scheme for this build. I'm not 100% sure which way I want to go with the colors. That's why it's not going to be a complete reveal. And I will be doing a rendering video just like I did with Project 250R, designing exactly what I want this bike to look like. It's not going to be as crazy of a build as Project 250R, but I do want it to have some nice touches to it. So let's hop to the computer. All right guys, check it out. We are in the studio. We got the brand new sign over here from Shell Vest. Thing looks pretty sweet, right? Super happy about that. So let me bring you over to eBay, the main sponsor of this channel, and show you the parts that I'm thinking about. Well, actually, before we go to eBay, I'm going to show you my Excel sheet. Alright, so here is my list of parts. Now keep in mind, I haven't purchased any of this stuff. These are just projected prices from what I've been researching. The only thing I actually purchased is the reeds, which was $62.54. I think that's a great price for basically brand new V-Force 3 reeds. So going down the list here, we have new plastics, which is 115 bucks. That comes with everything. It comes with the number plates, it comes with the fork guards, all the stuff is in that kit, so it's $115. Exhaust I have 85 bucks, and that's because I really want to get a brand new pro circuit for this thing. Right now it has that FMF fatty on there, and it's dented up pretty good. I really wanted to go pro circuit and get the nice little pro circuit. I really like their shorty exhausts, their little silencers. So what I'm thinking about doing now, though, because I had some subscribers reach out to me, Johnny Sprockets reached out to me, who's one of my OG subscribers. Love that guy. And he told me that he'd get the dents out of the FMF pipe, so that'll save us some money right there. So I'm going to be sending my pipe to Johnny. He's going to get the dents out, and maybe we'll make the pipe flat black or something. Not 100% sure on that. But that's going to save us like 300 bucks because a new setup is about $330, $320, $330 for the pipe and silencer. So I have $85 because I can get a used Pro Circuit silencer and throw it on. I may or may not do that. The other thing I'm considering is chopping down the OEM muffler from Yamaha. It's just a regular YZ125 muffler, but I can chop that down and probably give that a little bit more bark, and that's a free mod, so that might not be any cost. Now, in looking through the parts in those bins, I noticed the shift fork was snapped in half, so I actually ordered that too. It was 60 bucks, brand new OEM. The only reason I ordered it ahead of time is because I needed to qualify for free shipping on some other parts I needed, so I threw that in the cart. Now, I have cylinder reseal at $300, which is about what it would cost from Power Seal USA. So obviously that's not the route that we're going to be going. The new way that we're going to be going, I'll show you the eBay listing. It's 180 bucks, like I said, plus shipping. Figured it's going to be $215 to ship it back and forth. So we will be a little bit cheaper there. In fact, I'm actually going to change that right now. So we're at $215 for the cylinder. The tires, I have 85 bucks, which is incorrect. I think they're 120. We'll fix that right now. So they're 120, but they come with tubes. Now for forks, I was going to have them send out, and people are like, "Ah, dude, come on, you're building motors and stuff. You can't rebuild forks. What are you, some kind of rookie?" Well, I tried rebuilding forks one time, and it just didn't turn out that well. Now, I was like 13 years old, so ever since then, I've just sent forks out, or I bought dirt bikes that didn't need forks to be rebuilt. So I'm going to try rebuilding them, though, because, you know, a bunch of you guys are saying, like, dude, it's super easy to do. So the kits, between the rebuild kits and depending on the type of oil I get and how much, I figure $90 is a good estimate. The kits seem to be around $60 to $70, the rebuild kits, and then figure $20 in fork oil. Pegs, $27, and I'm going to be getting those CNC pegs. Believe it or not, I think they're going to be kind of like on par with the CNC levers that you can get really cheap. I mean, how do you screw up a peg? So I'm willing to try one of the knockoff billet pegs with the little studs. I'll show you guys a picture. Reeds we already went over. Grips, figure $10. I actually already have grips on hand, but I figure I put the cost in there anyway. Levers, 25 bucks. I'm just going to do my regular old Chinese billet levers that always come out really nice. Graphics is going to be probably between $50 and $100. I have $95 on here because there is a graphics kit that I found, but I've kind of changed my color scheme, so it's probably not going to be that graphics kit, so we'll just figure $50 to $100. Seat cover, about 30 bucks. The clutch we're going to have to buy. I looked at the clutch plates that came in the box of parts, and the clutch plates that are in there are in really good shape, and they look like they're in spec and all. I didn't actually spec them out, but they look really good. They're missing several plates, though, so I'm going to have to buy a clutch kit. That's probably going to be like $50 to $70. Rebuild kit, that is for the crank and everything. That's actually $350. Now, the reason I'm changing that right now is because there is a rebuild kit that includes the crank, piston, gaskets, bearings, all that BS for $300, but it's a Wiseco crank. Now, I've heard before that Wiseco cranks are not the best, and I mentioned that I was going to be doing a top and bottom end rebuild in the last YZ video, and I literally got probably literally over 60 comments between the actual YouTube comments and DMs on Instagram of people saying, dude, do not buy a Wiseco crank. In fact, they even said that the one that is blown in the YZ right now, or in the box of parts anyway, looks like a YZ crank, and they're really notorious for going bad. One of the guys actually that told me that is a small engine mechanic who consistently rebuilds 125 and 250 dirt bikes, and he said the Wiseco cranks are notoriously no good. He doesn't even like to sell them to customers. So I'm going to go hot rods, which is $50 more for their kit. Some guys are saying they don't like hot rods either, but dude, I've had nothing but success with hot rods when people have told me that hot rods is junk. I do not think hot rods is junk. And then the rest of this is like bearings and stuff. Fork bearings, swing arm bearings, wheel bearings, linkage. That's all the prices for those. So we're going to put all new bearings and everything. A new billet shifter is $20. I think it's billet. I'll have to look at it again. I forget. And just a regular old roller chain, $22. And the reason I'm going with roller chain and not an O-ring chain or an X-ring or anything is because the guys that I ride with up in the coal mines, that's where I get a lot of my advice from in terms of certain parts, because those guys are hardcore, man. They literally have trails that go right to their backyards and they're riding every single day. One of the guys up there, at least on dirt bikes, he's like, dude, the best chain that I've ever run is a regular old cheapy chain, not a non-O-ring. You just got to keep it lubricated and take care of it. So that's what I'm going to do on this bike. It's a 125. It's not like a super high horsepower or anything. Granted, an O-ring chain probably will last longer, but you know what, dude? If this chain sucks, I can just replace it. So we're going to do that. So the total comes to just over $1,500. That's the planned investment. We'll have a totally rebuilt bike. The motor's going to be totally redone. We're going to have all new bearings. The forks are going to be done. I don't think we need to do anything with the rear shock. Hopefully. We're going to have brand new tires and stuff. It's basically going to be a new bike. Now, there is one other thing that I'm planning to do here, and I wasn't planning to do this, but I found these wheels, and they're so cheap, it's almost, I feel like I just have to try them. I'm just afraid that they might be junk. So this is where you guys come in. And I have had a couple subscribers actually tell me that they've run these things, because I've been sending out DMs. I saw a couple pictures of people that are running these wheels, and I asked them, and they like them. There's good reviews too. So let me show you the wheels. I already know some of you guys are going to be like,
This guy's getting cheap parts. This guy's an idiot.
So here it is. It's $459, and it comes with disc brakes and sprocket. Now these have CNC'd hubs apparently. That's $459 with free shipping. Before I move on, these are the tires that I'm planning to get right here. And I'm doing an 18 rear because I'm not the tallest dude in the world. I'm just barely 5'10", and it's, you know, for riding woods and stuff, I'm usually kind of like, I feel like I wish I could be taller. So here are the actual wheels that I'm considering getting, and really, they're just, it's so inexpensive, I feel like it's worth a shot. So they're $330 shipped. And you can get them in a plain cast hub, which is actually what I'd rather have. I just don't have it in my cart right now. So you get the black wheel, and I would get cast hubs, just like cast color, because these are regular cast, and I think they actually paint these hubs, which, I mean, it looks trick, and for Yamaha especially, that would look really good, but the color scheme that I'm going for, it probably won't be blue, so it just wouldn't match. So regular cast is going to look really trick. So I know people are going to be yelling at me, man. So this is what I want to know. Like, let me know in the comment section below. Have you guys heard about these wheels? Have you actually tried them, and have you actually had hours on them? And there's something else to consider here, guys. I'm not a motocross rider. This is not going to be raced. I'm probably barely going to be hitting any jumps at all, if any. The bike's probably might be like a couple feet in the air. I'm not crazy on a dirt bike. And I'm just like a weekend warrior kind of rider, and I suck at riding dirt bikes anyway, so I'm probably not going to be abusing the shit out of this. But that being said, too, I don't want to put junk rims on there that when I sell the thing, they're going to just, you know, elongated holes and stuff for the spokes and shit like that. Like, I'm not trying to get anything like that. But if it's a decent rim, I'm going to try it out, man. And then I can, one of the things I like to do is try out certain parts and see if they are good or if they're not, so that you guys know. So let me know in the comment section below. 1, if you've tried them and what your experience is, and 2, if you'd just like to see me try them so that you guys can get a real-life opinion of, you know, what the quality is of these things. So my thinking is, because this wasn't originally in the budget, the rims that are on, that came with that YZ125 are decent to begin with, so I can sell those, probably get like maybe $150 for them, and they have good tires and everything on them, and the rims are straight. The back rim is actually really nice. It's a nice silver XL. So I can probably get, you know, $150, maybe $200 for the front and rear rim together. And then we're looking at like $130 to get brand new rims. And plus I would have to get disc brakes, and I can transfer over the sprocket. So it'd be pretty inexpensive to have really trick rims. With the other rims, you know, there are other routes I could go. I could pull the rims off, get them powder coated. but I want to get an 18-inch rim in the back, so I'd have to get a new rim. It's going to end up costing like $200 freaking between spokes and a rim, and then I'm gonna have to you know, put all the spokes in and shit and true the wheel up and all. I feel like it's kind of worth it to try this kit out. So you guys let me know. You guys beat me up in the comments. I'm trying to do as much quality stuff as I possibly can, but don't forget, guys, I just fucking spent my load on the 250R. So this can't be a premier build, and plus not everybody that's watching this channel and going to be doing their builds can afford super premium parts, so it's nice to see what else is out there. Alright, let me give you the rundown of parts here. So I was looking at a bunch of different graphics kits. They have these team graphics here. I was thinking of these with white plastics. I think that would look really trick, and do a white frame or a blue frame. Now that would go good with blue hubs. But I'm kind of leaning towards not doing blue or white. Well, white, yes, but I'm kind of like shying away from blue. So I've noticed a lot of builds these days, people are doing the updated plastics, and a lot of people are doing flat colors, dark colors, and a lot of dark colors mixed with neon colors, which is cool. I mean, I've even done, like the Banshee is kind of like that. It's, you know, the blue with the neon green and stuff. I do like that look. But I kind of want to veer away from all the stuff that I've been seeing, and I want to do the original plastic style. I'm not going to do a retrofit kit where I update the plastics like I did on the YZ450 on like the nose piece and stuff. We're going to stick with the original 01 style plastics, and we're going to kind of give it an old school look. So I don't have a graphics kit picked out as of now, but I'm considering doing a vintage style red and white graphics kit, and then either a white or red frame, the black wheels with the silver hubs. I think that'll all go together really nice, and it'll look like a 90s bike, really. It'll be a 2001, but it's going to have that 90s theme to it. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know. Like I said, I will be doing a rendering video and actually drawing and doing like the colors and stuff so we can get an idea. And maybe I'll do 1 or 2 different themes and we can do a vote. So moving on here, there is a Boyson Ignition Stator cover. These things just look trick. The factory OEM Yamaha one is plastic and it's scratched up and stuff, and it kind of looks chintzy. Maybe I can get NPM to make a custom one. That would be pretty sick. And here are the Billet foot pegs. I found them on Amazon for $27, but this is like, these are actually from KKE. That's funny. The same company that makes those rims. But you can see, I mean, how can you screw this piece up? So we'll try it out. The only thing is maybe it wouldn't fit, and then I can, you know, shave it down and make it fit, but I think that'll be a nice trick little look, and I'll see if I can get it in maybe red or even just silver if the color scheme's gonna be red and white. Okay, so hopefully from this video you guys can have a pretty good idea of what I'm envisioning for Project YZ125. Again, guys, this is not supposed to be an all-out crazy build like the 250R was. This is going to be a more basic build, and if there's anything that I learned building that 250R, it's that it takes forever to get parts for that damn thing, and luckily for the YZ, it's going to be a totally different story. I think we're going to be able to get the parts really quickly. I did drop all the parts off for powder coating for the 250R. Now, they're telling me 2 weeks. I don't think it's actually going to take 2 weeks. I think that's just like their safety estimate. I have a feeling the stuff's going to be done next week. And also, I got a whole bunch of stuff for the Can-Am. I got tires. We have the clutch kit. I had the roof off yesterday. I'll show you a couple pictures here. I found out that, not the roof, well, it was the roof, but also the cage. I took the entire cage off because I wanted to Scotch-Brite it and paint it flat black just to freshen it up. And I did notice it is slightly tweaked, so the thing either smashed into a tree or it was possibly rolled before. But the frame and everything is okay, and it looks like it's just tweaked a little bit. So it's one of those things I was doing my best to kind of ignore and, you know, hope that it really wasn't there, but it's there. So it is what it is. It cleaned up really nice, and we actually were able to hook up a come-along, me and my pop, and we straightened it out a little bit. It looks pretty decent. So now that everything's together, realistically, most people wouldn't even notice it. I didn't notice it when I was buying it. But when we put the new tires on there, got a light bar for it, all that stuff is going to be really cool. So that will probably be in the next video. So we'll probably have a lot of Can-Am footage until the 250R stuff comes back from powder coating. So the rest of this week is going to be Can-Am videos, more than likely. I may do the video sketching out the YZ125, but all that stuff is going to be coming in the future, guys. And let's kill coronavirus. I hate coronavirus. So give me a thumbs up if you hate coronavirus. All right, guys, that's it, man. I'll see you guys in the next video. I love all you guys. Peace out.